I understand that people have an aversion to the BMC. The BMC, as I mentioned, has a very shoddy track record over the last 25 years. So when someone says the BMC is going to build a park, people don't have confidence. But Anushka, I've noticed with the right leadership, even the BMC, which I've been the biggest critic of, and I will continue to remain a critic of if they don't improve, can make amends and do well.
Of course, development comes with environmental factors also, right? Which brings me to this issue of the Mahalaxmi Racecourse redevelopment, where now the BMC wants to take a part of the land and create some sort of theme park or open space. But there has been resistance from petitioners, from environmentalists, saying that how do we know, how does the government guarantee that you're not going to have another sort of complex, a building complex, or is this some sort of builder lobby involved in it? So clearly there is some apprehension, though the government has said no, that's not our intention, we wanted like a central park, like open space. But this is a bit of a contentious issue. I mean, how do you reassure the citizens that we will have open spaces?
Firstly, I've gone into great detail on this plan, and it's unfortunate because what happens is the people who are playing politics on this issue are the ones who suggested building a theme park in 2013. What has happened is the racecourse was a tenant of the BMC. Technically, the racecourse was a tenant of the people of Mumbai and Maharashtra and of India. That lease with the racecourse and the BMC expired in 2013, over a decade ago. The BMC in the last 11 years was sleeping. It should have renewed that lease. It failed to do that for whatever reason. I can also make political points, but it failed to do that for whatever reason. Today, there's a move to renew that lease between the BMC and the racecourse and allow the racecourse to coexist. The racecourse also does bring certain economic activity to the city of Mumbai. It has some benefits also for the city of Mumbai. There's no doubt it creates jobs, it generates revenue for the government. But the government's plan is to bring 120 acres, which right now the public of Mumbai has access to a walking track, and it has access to some parts of the racecourse land, which are really, I don't want to get into specific number, but far, far less than 120 acres. This plan is to take 120 acres, connect it to the Coastal Roads Park, which is about 170 acres, and essentially create about 300 acres of open spaces, gardens. You can call it a central park, you can call it a public park, you can call it a people's park, you can call it an urban forest, but which is reserved for open spaces. So there's no question, nobody's brazen to take land which is reserved for open spaces and build a building on it. I understand that people have an aversion to the BMC. The BMC, as I mentioned, has a very shoddy track record over the last 25 years. So when someone says the BMC is going to build a park, people don't have confidence. But Anushka, I've noticed with the right leadership, even the BMC, which I've been the biggest critic of, and I will continue to remain a critic of if they don't improve, can make amends and do well. Think of 120 acres of open space connected to 175 acres of open space built with the coastal road. About 300 acres of contiguous land will be connected through underground bridge, underground tunnel. What that will do to the people of Mumbai and to the people of South Mumbai. Now, what should that open space look like? Should you have water bodies? Should you have, public boating? Should you just have gardens? Should you have meadows? What should you have on that? That is something which will be open to the public. There's no way the BMC can build on that land.
Okay.
Maybe they can build a toilet, which you'll have to build obviously. But it will be on the likes of a central park.